Hello ladies and gentlemen, this is Yoruus speaking and welcome to the introduction spoilers video for multiplayer game number 35. This is going to be a short video about the game. I will talk what was the game, what the major things that happened in the game and how it ended. So if you're not interested, you don't want to know it right now, then just go to the the second position of this playlist when the actual game will start. But if you want to know what did happen, so you can actually decide if you want to see the game or not, or to see the parts that you're actually interested in, then I invite you to hear me out. So without further ado, spoiler alert, and let's go. This time it's going to be a free for all, no quitters game. No quitters game, which means no quitting, obviously. No quitters is a Steam group. You can find the link on the main page of my channel. There are some cool players there that just like to play Civ without random players quitting on them. So this is going to be a 6-player free for all, played on large continents. So a frigate rush, to be honest, frigate rush all the way in. Together in this game we had Phil 1465 playing as Spain, Mr. Singh playing as Persia, Brakor playing as India, and Kushumi 16 playing as Byzantium, and Ghost by Z playing as Songhai, and I rolled Sweden. I liked my starting position a lot, and as it turns out, I was alone on an island, and it was pretty nice island. I had a spot for 4 very good cities, so I decided to go on Liberty Settler Opener, settle those 4 cities very quickly, and then go to Tradition, pick time monuments into 3 amphitheaters, and that worked out well. And as it turned out, everyone else except NQ, Shumi, and Mr. Singh were alone on their own island, but those 2 guys were together on one small island, and they just been hostile to each other, warring almost from the start, which was very good for everyone else, but pretty bad for them because that slowed them down a lot. Thanks to that, I just focused on getting libraries ASAP and started to work on National College. Mr. Singh and Ankishumi were still fighting, and it was not looking like they will end anytime soon. So after getting my first ship, I discovered that Spain is pretty close to me in the south. I finished National College and started to take towards Compass, then started to make some ships, but I was mostly focused on getting my economy up as fast as possible while still taking towards education and later on navigation. I missed the chance to found a religion. I got my universities up pretty quickly, got some more galleas, and as soon as I got navigation, I upgraded about like 6 frigates and assaulted Spain right away. I took Barcelona pretty quickly, and then I started to move to attack second city of Spain, but India decided to join in on the action and help Spain just a little bit. I repelled India's attack, well, pretty easily. He did not have frigates just yet. He did try to attack me with caravels, but those ships are, well, basically they are no match for frigates in long term. So I was able to fend him off and then finish off Spain. After finishing off Spain, I liberated Cahokia from India and then moved towards his capital, taking it and then moving quickly to Songhai capital, which fell, well, with a little bit of a fight, but my advantage with ships was just too great, and Songhai capital fall very shortly after. After taking Songhai capital, I moved towards Enki Shumi's capital. He was not able to defend at all because he was focused so much on fighting Mr. Singh, Persia. He didn't even have navigation yet, so his capital fell pretty quickly. And after that, Mr. Singh just conceded the game because I had all the map, he had only one city. Of course, I mean, he did not have access to water, and I couldn't attack him with ships, but I was so far ahead in tech and production, I could just swoop into artilleries and, like, in a couple of more turns, came to his land, even buy artilleries in those two cities that I took from Enkyushumi and take him down. So, GG, thank you for the game. Well, pretty interesting. I think if Enkyushumi and Mr. Singh were not on one continent, game would be much harder for me because Ankishumi is a very strong player, and because those two players were fighting each other, they couldn't focus on getting economy and tech up, so they could get to navigation very quickly. Thanks to that, to my very good land, I was able to get that technological advantage, my economy up. I had frigates very quickly, and well, basically water maps, multiplayer water maps is just like a frigate rush. Whoever can get frigates first and use them wisely. I mean, like, you probably watched my previous game on a similar map. That was like a crazy frigate fight. This would take ages. I mean, like, people teaming up to each other and so on. This time I had a chance to get frigates way earlier than everyone else, and thanks to that, and because there was no real diplomacy between the players, I was able to take capitals one by one by one. So that was a pretty, after the initial fighting, that was a pretty easy game for me. But this is just the randomness of those multiplayer maps sometimes. So thank you very much for the game, and thank you very much for listening, and I invite you to the game itself that is on the second position of this playlist. Best wishes, yours out.